So, good afternoon, Chloe. And it's finally summer vacation. Not just for us, though. We've been on break for a little bit, but for everybody. All the high schools are finally just now getting out and getting into their summer time period. So, I would like to wish all of our summer sailors a happy and productive summer break. But summer break, at least to me, means that some of our good friends of high school seniors will be joining us in the collegiate lifestyle. Now, last year, you made a video for advice to college freshmen, what to expect at college, things to keep in mind. And I don't really want to copy you in doing that, so I'm going to make my video a little bit different. Kind of my reasons why college is just way better in high school in every single way conceivable. Reason number one is that you will be making new friends, and you'll be making friends in a different way. Instead of creating relationships out of proximity, that is, being in homeroom with the same people and having to be friends with them, otherwise homeroom would be terrible, you will be creating friends out of mutual experiences and things like that. So, like, if you're in your own major, you will make friends in that major because you will have classes with them, but you will also have more in common with them than just the random homeroom kid in high school. Now, I find this can be kind of a two-edged sword. Like, you may have that one experience in common, such as me being friends with other musicians up at school, and that may be the only thing that you have in common. But that's such a big area that it doesn't really seem to matter. Like, I'm friends with a lot of people now that I don't think I would have tried to be friends with in high school. And that kind of mutual experience can go from being in the same major to being in the same crappy 8 a.m. gen ed class and having stayed up until 2 o'clock playing Minecraft the night before. You're going to find a lot of people like that in college, and that's the second part that I want to get to, is that people are a lot less different than you think. So when you get to your chosen institute of higher learning, there are some things that everybody automatically already has in common. First of all, you've all graduated high school, so that's something in common. Second of all, you're all at the same school, which might not seem that different from high school right now, but the difference is that you chose that school, as opposed to being decided on based on where you live, as in high school. And whether that creates some kind of school pride, or whether that just create some kind of mutual hatred for the way things are run at your school, that's up to you and your friends and the different schools that you go to. Another thing that makes college just way better than high school is that your journey isn't really written out for you. You might think it is based on your major, what classes you have to be in to graduate on time. And sometimes the roadmap of your college career may be laid out in paper right in front of you before your very eyes. But I would argue that the classes that you take are only about a quarter of the college experience. Like, you kind of choose where you live, who you live with, who you hang out with, what clubs you're going to be in, that's a big one. Whether you're going to keep doing that thing that you did in high school, whether it's a sport or some kind of other group. All of these choices you have because you become pretty much an entirely new person when you graduate high school. I've said this in my last video, and I'll say it again. Once you graduate high school, nothing you did matters. Nobody cares. You know that thing that you won? Nobody cares. It doesn't make you better or worse than anybody else. You get to start from scratch, and I'm not saying that's a good or bad thing. I'm saying it's your own thing. Let's say you're like me and only kind of began to discover who you were about halfway through high school. Well, you've got an entire school district remembering who you are as an aggregate from your kindergarten years until you graduate. And what you are right now is probably only a combination of your last 3 or 4 years of existence. I'm not saying the other years didn't matter, I'm saying they kind of didn't matter. And so you really get a chance to rewrite who you are and a chance to redefine your entire life's experience in the course of only 4 or maybe more years. Chloe, I'll see you on Thursday.